Hi, this is Dennis Gawlik. Today we're going to talk about MSE 515, Engineering Supply Chain Systems. This is an extremely important course. It's the second to last course, so it's important because you're almost done, but it ties in so many of the other courses that you've been through: operations, manufacturing, quality, sustainability, leadership. All the other courses are brought together, and this course, supply chain management, ties them all together from a systems perspective. So we're going to have a lot of fun, bring a lot of these concepts to bear, and then we'll go through and we'll learn step by step, see how the system works. We're going to be learning particularly off of Bill Bellis's quality course, and then the last course that we just had on sustainability. Those two things really will impact the supply chain that we create. As we did in the last course on 540, we'll have a reflection journal, very critical for how we review the week's work and then how we apply it to the next week. Class participation will be critical, learning from each other. Weekly essays, give me your thoughts on specific subjects. We'll have case studies, internationally based. So this will give us an international flavor. And then we'll have the SCM Globe simulation. That's a domestic simulation where we'll be able to apply the concepts and see what kind of efficient system you can develop. We're going to be working in teams, and then the first part of the SCM Globe, you'll be working individually. You'll be learning how this software works and what are the consequences, the unintended consequences, the risks. We'll be learning all that. The second half of the course, then, you'll be put into teams. And how do all the individual learnings be brought to bear in a cohesive team environment? You'll have to storm, norm, and then how do you bring that into a final product where individuals are working on certain parts of the simulation? How do you bring it all together? How do you have a display and a demonstration at the end? It'll be a lot of fun. It's important when you storm and form, you also get to that norming perspective. And the key is when you get that norm, the means to the ends will help you in this course greatly. All those aspects of the course that we talked about, how do we apply it, of the concepts previously, and how do we bring it from a sustainability lens going forward? We'll be looking at current events. Certainly, it has to be noticed that the supply chain is really stressed right now. Particularly, we hear about microchips and their effects on automobiles, their effects on airplanes, their effects on refrigerators, and many other parts where electronics are involved. We had the COVID, which has caused manufacturing plants to be idled or to be reduced because of the workforce. That creates a domino effect all the way through the supply chain. And it'll affect things stack up in the warehouse because we don't have the right parts to finish the assemblies, to final assemblies that we can't put together, and we have to wait till certain parts come. Currently, major ports have 40, 50 boats stacked up because there's no place for them to unload because people can't take the goods until they have the full complement ready. So supply chain is very important right now. We'll also be looking at, from an outsourcing, does it make sense to outsource? Do we near source? Do we bring back from a globalization standpoint, from a risk standpoint, from a citizenship? We'll be looking at procurement and purchasing. How do we look at that with a sustainability lens, and how do we look at it from a corporate social responsibility and a truly a global citizenship point of view? We'll be looking at these 4 cases on international, and they build on each other. They're really interesting. You'll see how they tie into each other, and we'll get different parts of the world looking at from an international perspective. The reflection then ties everything together as we did in 540. Reflection will allow us to, how do we bring the concepts, and then how do we improve upon them going forward? And then lastly, we'll have a strong analytical effect. We'll have exercises that we go through, and these exercises in analytics will help you in the simulation, do the analysis, and have a stronger outcome. This is going to be a fun course, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And it builds you going into the last course before you graduate. I'm excited to work for you, and I can't wait for us to get going. Thank you very much.